this is Jane with Barlow Herbal, and you might be able to tell from my props and my stuff here that today I'm going to show you my favorite recipe for a green smoothie. Now this is something that I've been doing for a long time, but I go in and out of these phases where I kind of forget to do them. And it's such an amazing way to get so much dense nutrition added to your diet, and it's so much simpler than we remind ourselves that it is. So I wanted to just show you how easy this is. So I've got my blender and I've got some things that I typically love to add, and I want to encourage you to get really creative. Think veggies, mostly greens. And the thing is our modern grocery store situation makes it so that we can go get like a big bag of triple washed, even a bunch of different greens. Doesn't have to be just spinach or just kale or whatever, but you can get a bag of mixed greens. They're triple washed. All you have to do is open them. Like I've got a bag of spinach here, and these are totally ready to go, completely washed, and it's an amazing, we live in an amazing time where it's super, super easy and convenient to make really healthy foods. So I want to show you how easy this is. Now I need to add some water to this, so I'm going to step over here to the counter for a second and fill this up with water. Okay, so I've put some water in the bottom of my blender, and I even got some extra because sometimes it will get kind of thick with some of the stuff I add, and in order to be able to drink it, sometimes you need to add a little bit more water. Now you can add any base you want. If you want to do almond milk, coconut milk, I actually love coconut milk, but my favorite base and my go-to base because it's super easy is water. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to start putting some greens in. Now this is a handful of kale. All I've done is wash this. I just barely picked this from my garden. I'm filming this in October, and kale is one of those greens that you can literally grow in your garden pretty much from the spring all the way through to when it's time for winter. Now some places have a lot of warm weather all year round, and that is lucky. Me, we have a nice harsh winter, but kale is one of those super dense, nutritious greens that you can literally go pick the moment you're ready to use them. So I'm going to put this whole handful right in the bottom of this. And in fact, before I add anything else, I'm going to blend this because kale is kind of super tough, and I want to make sure that this gets blended. So I'm going to throw this in my blender, and all that's in here right now is just water and kale. So hold your ears for a second. I'm going to turn this on. Stir it a little bit because kale is tough. I probably should have added this a little bit slower, but that's okay. There's no right or wrong way to add your greens, but now this blender is a Vitamix. And you can get really good blenders on all kinds of spectrums. I know when I was growing up, we had a Bosch blender. And I would really suggest, if you can, to invest in a really high quality blender, because for one reason to do that is they last a long time, and the other reason is because they're going to do a really good job blending up these greens for you. In fact, look at how beautiful that is. And all that is kale and water. So I'm going to add a handful of spinach. And I'm going to do a handful there, maybe a little bit extra because I love it so much. And then I'm going to add some frozen organic blueberries. Now, a lot of times I'll use the mixed berries, the frozen ones that you can get from, say, somewhere like Costco or just anywhere in the grocery store. To me, when you add blueberries or any type of berries, it not only adds that little bit of coolness, a little bit of like you're having a little bit of a slushy kind of, but I adore the taste of berries, and blueberries are my favorite. So I'm going to add about half of this bag. And there are times, this isn't really kind of a tiny bag, but sometimes when I get the big Costco bags, I'll kind of go crazy on the blueberries because I love them so much. Now let me go ahead and blend this piece because we got the spinach and the blueberries. Here we go. Okay, And the blueberries will definitely make it so that it's less green, but that's okay. In fact, sometimes some of the smoothies that I end up drinking will look kind of gray, and but they taste absolutely delicious. Okay, now I'm gonna add a banana to this, and I'm gonna also add half of an apple. You can add as much fruit as you want, but the goal really is to add as much greens as you can. So I'm gonna add a half of an apple, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a scoop of protein. So I literally am putting this whole apple in here. It'll blend it up beautifully. I am gonna do a squeeze of lemon, and sometimes I'll add ginger root, but today I'm gonna leave the ginger root out. So here I have some grass-fed whey protein. You can add a plant-based protein. You can add any type of protein that you like. You can even add chocolate if you like chocolate with your greens. Personally, I like vanilla with my greens because the greens are so strong. And I'm gonna actually do, because Malia's behind the camera and we're gonna share this smoothie when we're done. So I'm gonna add 2 scoops of this delicious protein. And maybe what I'll do is I'll go ahead and squeeze my lemon in there. And this is gonna just add some really nice flavor, and it's gonna help, lemon juice is so amazingly good for your body. It helps put your body in alkaline balance, and it's just got so many wonderful reasons to use lemons. Okay, so I'm gonna put this lid on, and when I blend this smoothie will be done. Okay, here we go. Okay, now this is a gray-looking smoothie, but it is definitely a green smoothie, just because I know you saw all of the beautiful greens that I put in here, and just opening this, the smell of kale is like, whoosh. In fact, you know what I think we should do, Malia? We should put more blueberries in, because we're gonna have a smoothie that's gonna be like, whoa. I'm gonna put the rest of these blueberries. Besides, that'll give it a nice little cold pop. And here's what I would also suggest you do. If you like it a little bit slushy, add some ice to it. And that makes for a super, super nice smoothie. So as soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna pour this into a glass so you can see it. And then that's it. Super easy. Okay, now I don't have to hope this is good, because I know this is gonna be good. So I'm gonna grab a couple glasses and I'll be right back. Okay, you can kind of see that this is definitely not a super green looking smoothie, but just think about putting this type of nutrition into your body, say before you go to work, or before you go hiking, or before you go do anything that maybe you're hurrying, because these are super fast ways doing a smoothie to get a whole bunch of nutrition. So I'm gonna take a big drink of this while this is going, because I'm telling you something. This, I know for a fact, is gonna be super, super good. So cheers. Malia, this one's waiting for you as soon as we're done filming. And here's to your green smoothie life.